So we are here with Avaya, who do, you're the employee. You can explain what Avaya does.
Avaya delivers communications, communication solutions and unified communications, as well as contact center, networking, infrastructure, and things like that. We're a 140-year-old company, right? If you go back to our genesis, we Bell Labs and Alexander Graham Bell. So we're seen traditionally as a phone company, which is good, but it's also a problem here because Avaya has changed with the times, and we fundamentally changed. We brought out new approaches to old problems and even to new problems.
Yeah. So if we take a quick glance, we're not going to stay on this. We're going to take a quick look. This is just one of the potential integrations, and you can get into a lot of detail about this. We won't for this specific scenario. We have a screen with a nice little webcam. There's like a speaker on top. This is, there are 3 of these, and it's just,
multiple cameras.
And you get like the full 360 experience, hence the sort of round microphone at the top. I'm assuming there are multiple microphones in that as well.
This would be in a meeting room.
Yeah.
Right. You would have this on a table, and ideally, in this scenario, you'd have 3 chairs sit up around it there. So each person is on camera here. There's other people off-site, so we're seeing other cameras from locations.
Yep.
I'm not sure where they're coming from here. It's got full surround sound, microphone, and speakers here, and it's meant for a tight collaboration environment. Meaning you're not sitting in your own PC looking into a screen and your colleague's in his cubicle and the other one, she's sitting in another cubicle 10 feet away. Here you're in a room together. It's dedicated. It's not the big presentation on the wall. The idea is here, it sits low in front of you. You're working eye contact with the people you're talking to there, but they're seeing that all in sort of 360 going around. And it's doing, of course, smart speaker switching, putting on the frame and things like that.
So this is a hardware solution.
Yep.
But
provided by a provider. This is not Avaya.
Right.
The technology inside is Avaya, but it's a partner who's decided to take our SDKs, to take our solutions, and build it into something like this.
So talk us through the software, because that is what you guys develop.
That's right.
And there's a wide variety of use cases it has. In this scenario, it's being used for conferencing with people in the room.
Right.
Where have you been? You've been around for over 100 years. Mm-hmm. I like to think your software isn't over 100 years old, right? So how's it evolving, with the changing landscape?
So I'll tell you, in 2008, we made a fundamental change. Our way of approaching solutions were hardware-based, right? When I started in the 90s working in the telephone company, we were called AT&T. Those hardware machines were the size of American refrigerators, right? We would roll them in on big dollies there, and it was just that was the brain. The software was cooked into the machine there, and anytime you needed to change anything, it meant pulling out stuff and putting in. In the mid-2000s, we recognized the software is where things were going. I will be honest, it wasn't an easy move for us, right? This is hard to come from that traditional building boxes, delivering things like this, to building software and delivering that to customers here. In the last 4 years, we've completed that journey.
Right.
All of our solutions are now software-based. All of them are run on virtual machines if customers want to have them themselves, or can be often provided as a cloud service as well here. So all of our solutions here have been completely built new from the ground up. We've taken the legacy, though, when it comes particularly from telephony and even video here. We've taken that legacy knowledge that we've got from there, and we've ported that over into the new solutions.
So with this sort of software solution, how does it work in terms of cross-platform compatibility, right? If, for example, this is running on Windows 10, but if someone has a Mac and wants to dial in, for example,
right,
is it available on all platforms?
Yeah, from an operating system perspective, it's on all platforms. So you can run this on your mobile devices, your tablets, your desktops, whether it's Mac. Perhaps Linux is not supported. I'm not very familiar with that, but all the other major platforms will be supported there, and all provided here. The newer ones now are also thin client base, where there's no software. The video ones often have a client based here to provide the richness of what you're seeing there. But the newer ones are now software-based thin client solutions here. Particularly in our contact center, it's all HTML5 built from the ground up there. All components you can go in and move around, change out as you want to customize.
And how does it work from a collaboration point of view? Because there's one thing having that video conferencing setup. What about working on files? Right. The internal communications, like that point of view.
Right. So you've got desktop sharing, you've got file sharing here, you've got messaging, so instant messaging application, or built into the environment here. So you're working in real time there. The file sharing documentation there is done offline. That's not our forte. So we're not doing. We can push files to one another. We can send them there. The others can grab them there. but in the collaboration of the moment, we're working on a shared screen. So every user can get in there and see the document that's being edited or the item that's being discussed about there and give their input.
And so, we have integration into all kinds of devices because we have this, which is, very much presentation. And then if we sort of quickly glance over here, we can go from having that multiple user in a small room to that kind of full scale, large camera at the front of a boardroom, for example, setup.
Exactly. That would be more of a meeting room with the boardroom table of whatever, 10, 15, 20 people sitting around the room there, panning the room, following the speaker as you would expect it to be.
And what is the maximum number of users we can have sort of software-wise in a meeting or just in general? Is there?
I don't know.
Is there
Hundreds,
right?
Hundreds, but I don't know the answer because I've never hit the limit of a tier. I don't know.
Yeah. And would you know if that limit is also, is there a different limit? I mean, I'm assuming you wouldn't be aware of this, between how many users you have overall and in a meeting at the same time?
So it's going to have some limitations, I'm sure, on the back-end systems that are running it there. So we come in different scaled systems. So we're talking specifically video here.
Yeah.
So our video solutions, our video collaboration solutions have scalability to this. So we start very low end for small, medium-sized businesses, and scaling up to the enterprises where you would have multiple hundreds of users there. The users that can't get onto the video would obviously already be able to get the audio feed.
Yeah.
So if you rusted the size of a bridge there, that you could still dial in and listen to everything that's going on, you wouldn't get the video link there. But that's a good question what the limit is. I've never seen us hit a limit.
Yeah.
We're 10,000 people in the company, and sometimes we have really big video calls together there.
Just call everyone. Why not, right?
No.
Just call it.
That's like
global meeting.
Reply to all on an email, and not always a good idea.
Yeah, that's what shut down the NHS at one point as well. The NHS email system. Someone accidentally sent an email to everyone, and someone hit reply all, saying "Don't send me this email," and they created like a 4-hour backlog.
Right.
Hopefully that doesn't happen with this, right? The scalability means that you don't have...
No, the redundancies in the system there, and if it gets in load there, it will start degrading video quality, obviously. So it'll take down the video quality things there to make sure that the experience of everybody is still delivered there. So we're not dropping frames, we're not dropping people out of the conference page.
Perfect. So this is, which industry has been sort of taking this up the most? Is there a certain industry which has been really taking this idea and running? Because in the sense that in the future tech demo zone, there's a HoloLens, and they found that the construction industry has really taken that and run with it because you can view what a building would look like. So it's very an industry that whether it was expected or unexpected, have really taken this software to an extent that you weren't anticipating.
So let's segue into what's changed just from this sort of solution, this endpoint solution.
Yeah.
This is our Scopia solution. It's now been ported into our Equinox solution there, which has got the conferencing, audio-video conferencing with video and multiple point stuff. We've changed the way we're delivering solution capabilities on a platform level. So instead of just having the box, which provides certain software, which provides certain features there, we provide the basic features and software. But now we've said we're going to provide a platform with open APIs, standard industry standards here. I like to say you don't have to go to an Avaya training center to learn how to use it. It's all out on the web to use. At the hardest part, it might mean Java coding for somebody who wants to build something here. And we've given that out to the world to go build against. So one example is we have a partner called EXP360. They're based in Berlin. They specialize in the travel industry, as an example. So they have a 360-degree solution where they'll go to locations, hotels. They even film people's yachts for sale and a 360 view. And a buyer or a visitor to a location can put on the goggles, whether it's Samsung VR or whatever it might be, and see that location there, walk through it there. What we've brought in there, so that's their technology. What we've brought is that person who's in that experience there, looking at a site there, can be talking to a live sales agent who sees exactly what they see on their screen and point them and direct them to certain points there. So this is the way we're approaching the market of solutions, is that Avaya won't be building it, won't be trying to say we need to build the vertical for construction or banking, whatever it might be. We're saying here's the platform, come build against it here, and you can do what you do best and deliver to the companies that you know better than we do. So we're turning ourselves into providing an open platform for people to build against here, and that's where we're seeing the most interesting things happen.
Brilliant. So if people want to find out more, if they want to build an application on top, or if they just want to learn what it is that you guys do, where's the best place to go?
Best place is go, obviously, avaya.com is the homepage, but an interesting site would be the Collaboratory. That's the name of it. Collaboratory.avaya.com is where you go, and you'll see what we're offering as a hosted infrastructure, where people who've never worked with Avaya before can get access for free to this infrastructure and get their fingers dirty, start playing with it, and then they'll get further links of where they can go for SDKs, API downloads, and the rest of it.
And what's one final thing you want to say to the watchers at home?
We talk a whole lot about unified communications here, and since I have a lot of customer care background here, I'd like to say I don't see these differences anymore. Right? We as an industry have been looking at unified communications and context center solutions as being two different sides of the ballpark here. We have to take down these borders. We have to start putting these things together, because the person who's trying to get serviced here, whether it needs to go to a contact center or to a UC user, really doesn't care about your or our technology problems.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.